All right, so today we're diving deep into the work of Jim Rohn.
Specifically, his 5 major pieces to the life puzzle, right?
Yeah, we've got his ebook here,
We're
so
going to unpack all the wisdom
try
and,
to figure out how it applies to you, the listener.
Ron's work is all about taking responsibility
Yeah.
and building a life you actually enjoy, a fulfilling life.
Not those quick fixes.
Right,
And
exact.
real lasting change.
Principles that lead to lasting change.
And that's what makes this deep dive so interesting.
Yeah.
We're not just skimming the surface, we're going deep.
Right.
And we're starting with, I think, the foundation of it all, philosophy.
Right?
And Ron uses this great metaphor.
Yeah, he loves metaphors.
He compares our philosophy to the sail of a ship.
Oh, I like that.
And he really argues that it's our beliefs, our deepest values
Oh, yeah.
that determine where we end up in life.
More so than our circumstances, even.
Way more than circumstances.
We're like, imagine 2 ships, right?
Okay.
They're caught in a storm, and one has a sturdy sail.
Yeah.
Representing like a really strong philosophy.
Okay.
It weathers the storm, gets where it needs to go.
Right.
The other one, tattered sail, no clear direction,
Oh, no.
tossed about, lost at sea.
That's a powerful image.
It really is.
It really shows how our beliefs can either guide us
Will
or
totally hold us back.
hold us back. Yeah.
And Ron also says that we attract success by becoming more.
Okay.
Not just by chasing after it like crazy.
So it's not about just hustling.
Not just hustling, no.
Interesting.
He says to have more,
Yeah.
we must first become more.
And he has this story, right,
Ah, so many good stories.
about this young man
Yeah, struggling
for
financially.
years,
Years and years.
just chasing every opportunity.
Everything that came along, yeah.
Nothing seemed to stick.
Didn't stick.
But then he shifts his focus,
Totally different approach.
not about making money.
But about developing himself.
So he starts reading, workshops,
Surrounds himself with successful people.
and as he grows internally,
Opportunities start showing up.
wow. So it's about being ready for success,
Exactly.
not just like desperately seeking it.
Right, becoming the right kind of person.
Have you ever experienced that?
Oh, definitely.
Like you achieved something you really wanted?
Yeah,
Was it just willpower?
I don't think so.
Or did you become someone who was ready for that success?
It was more about who I was.
So Ron is saying our internal state matters.
It dictates our results.
That dictates our result.
But don't get me wrong.
Okay.
He's not saying just sit back and wait for success to magically appear.
No, he's a big believer in action, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We'll get to that.
Later on, yeah.
But first, we have to lay the groundwork.
With a solid philosophy.
Okay, so we've got that foundation, our philosophy.
Yeah.
Now, what's the next piece of the puzzle?
Well, it's attitude.
Attitude, okay.
And this is where his views on time get interesting.
Oh, yeah, he talks about the past a lot.
He does, and his perspective is so unique.
He says the past is a school, not a weapon.
Oh, I like that.
Learn from our mistakes,
Absolutely.
but don't let them define us.
Right.
He has another great story in his book
Oh, I bet.
about a businessman
Yeah.
who made some really bad investments.
Early on. Yeah.
Yeah, early in his career.
Tough break.
But he didn't let it crush him
No, he studied those failures
carefully.
really carefully.
And he figured out what he could learn
And used those lessons.
to build a successful business.
It's amazing.
The past is a school.
Exactly.
We've all made mistakes.
It's what we do with those experiences that matters.
Right, right.
Now, when it comes to the present,
Okay.
Ron emphasizes its power.
Okay.
He says the present is where our better future begins.
So true.
So easy to get caught up in regret or worry
Oh, yeah, all the time.
about the past or the future.
Are you holding on to any regrets
Mm.
or anxieties?
Good question.
How can you shift your focus
To what you can control.
right now?
That's the key.
It's so powerful.
Ron challenges us to embrace the present moment.
It's the only time we have real control.
And it's about being present in our actions,
Yeah.
our relationships, our experiences.
It's not just positive thinking, though, right?
Right. He also talks about vision
Vision, yeah.
for the future, setting goals,
He's big on planning.
huge on planning, clear direction.
But it's not enough to just wish for things, is it?
Nope. We got to take action.
And that's the third piece.
Activity.
Activity, yeah.
And he illustrates this beautifully with the parable of the talents,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
about maximizing our potential.
No matter where we're starting from.
It doesn't matter. We all have something to offer.
Talents, skills, resources.
Use them.
Don't compare yourself to others
Focus on what you can do.
with what you have.
That's it.
And he makes this point.
Yeah.
The more we put in,
The more we get out.
it applies to effort, action,
but also to our initial investment,
Oh, interesting.
our philosophy and attitude.
It all builds on itself.
It's all connected.
We can't expect great results without that foundation.
Exactly. You got it.
But there's a trap he warns us about.
Oh, yeah.
The comfort zone trap.
Uh-oh.
It's so easy to settle,
For less.
become complacent.
Stay safe.
Ron wants us to push past that.
Push past our limits.
Reach our full potential.
Embrace challenges.
So we've got philosophy, attitude, activity.
And they all point to the next piece, I think, which is results, of course.
Makes sense, right?
But it's interesting how Ron says to measure those results.
How so?
Not just tangible things.
Like money, possessions.
But also personal growth.
Oh, that's important.
He thinks both are essential.
To measure progress.
So it's not just external success.
Right.
But that inner transformation, too.
Exactly.
I'm curious about this idea of attracting success
Yeah.
versus pursuing it.
It's a different mindset.
How does he differentiate those?
Well, he says instead of chasing after success,
Okay.
we should focus on increasing our own value. Our value.
Our knowledge, skills, character.
To attract the results we want.
Exactly.
That's a big shift in perspective.
It is.
It's not about manipulating things,
and forcing outcomes.
but becoming the kind of person
Who naturally attracts success.
wow,
Powerful stuff, right?
Powerful, yeah.
And that brings us to the last piece of the puzzle,
Okay.
lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
This is where he challenges us to not postpone happiness.
Don't wait for success.
Live a fulfilling life now.
He believes that a good lifestyle
Yeah.
isn't about waiting.
It's about how we choose to live each day
He says sophistication
and a rich life.
aren't about how much we have.
It's about how we live.
Right.
And he has this great example,
What's that?
his to ensure promptness concept.
Tippy.
Yeah, to P.
What's that about?
It's about making these small, thoughtful gestures
Okay.
that elevate everyday experiences
Interesting.
and show our values.
So it's not about spending a ton of money,
No.
but bringing intention
And generosity.
to even the smallest things,
Exactly.
like taking a moment to really connect
with the person making your coffee.
or leaving a nice thank you note for a colleague.
That's it.
These small acts can shape our lifestyle.
And how we experience the world,
It's about creating beauty and meaning.
regardless of our circumstance.
That's powerful stuff.
It is, right?
It really makes you think.
Ron's work is full of these nuggets of wisdom.
Yeah.
We talk about this all day.
But we got to move on to the next piece.
Right. There's more to unpack.
More to come.
Stay tuned. So we've been exploring this idea of creating a fulfilling life.
Yeah, through philosophy, attitude, action.
But let's be real for a second.
Okay.
Not everyone starts from the same place, right?
That's true.
Some people face some serious challenges
Yeah.
that make it hard to focus on all this, you know?
Like creating a good lifestyle.
Exactly.
Life can be tough.
It can be.
But Ron doesn't ignore that, does he?
No, he doesn't sugarcoat it.
His philosophy isn't about pretending everything's perfect.
Definitely not.
So what does he say?
He emphasizes that it's our response to challenges
Right.
that shapes our lives.
So it's not about the challenges themselves,
No,
but how we react to them.
exact.
So like cultivating resilience,
Yeah,
finding meaning, even when things are hard.
that's it.
He talks about personal responsibility a lot too.
All the time.
What does he mean by that?
It's about focusing on what we can control,
Yeah.
our thoughts, our attitude, our actions.
Not dwelling on things we can't change.
Right.
He doesn't promise it'll be easy though,
No, not at all.
but he offers a way forward
A path through those challenges.
to still create a life of meaning.
That's the goal.
He uses this interesting analogy about football,
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
the 2-minute warning.
Right.
He talks about how teams suddenly find this extra energy,
When they realize time's running out.
like a burst of potential.
It's amazing what a sense of urgency can do.
And he suggests we do that in life too.
You mean wait till the last minute?
Kind of, yeah.
Like we need a wake-up call.
A health scare, a job loss,
So some kind of crisis?
to really start living intentionally.
Oh, I've been there.
Me too.
It's like we need that jolt.
To shake us out of complacency.
And Ron's saying we shouldn't wait.
For that 2-minute warning.
Start living now.
Because someday might never come.
Unless we take action today.
That's a bit scary, but also motivating.
It is.
But how do we balance that urgency with actually enjoying life?
That's a good question.
Can't be all hustle and grind.
Right, that's where lifestyle comes in.
Okay.
Remember, Ron says the way we live shows our values.
So if we're always rushing, stressed.
neglecting the things that make us happy.
It might be time to rethink our priorities.
It's a sign that our actions aren't matching our values.
It's like we're living on autopilot.
Going through the motions.
Someone would probably ask,
Are you living a life that reflects who you are?
wow, that's deep.
It's a big question.
It's not just about achieving success.
It's about creating a life that feels right.
Authentic and fulfilling.
That's it.
And that's what I love about Ron's 5 pieces.
I too.
They all work together.
To create a life with meaning and purpose.
So we've covered a
A
lot.
lot of ground.
Philosophy, attitude, activity, results, lifestyle.
Ron's whole framework.
Before we wrap up,
Yeah.
what's your main takeaway from all this?
For me, it's his focus on personal responsibility.
Okay.
He doesn't offer easy solutions,
Right.
but he empowers us to take charge.
To shape our own lives.
Yeah, powerful.
It's that realization that we're not victims of circumstance.
We have the power to create our own destiny.
And that message is so important today.
More than ever.
Ron reminds us that true power comes from within,
It's about cultivating that inner strength
believing in ourselves.
to create positive change.
I love that.
It's inspiring.
But I know it can feel overwhelming too.
Yeah, where do we even start?
With all these big ideas. What would you say to someone feeling lost?
Start small.
Small, okay.
Pick one area of your life
Where you want to see improvement.
and focus on applying one of Ron's principles.
Just one.
Maybe take some time to think about your beliefs.
Set a small goal.
That aligns with your values.
Or maybe just try to savor one experience each day.
To be fully present in that moment.
Small steps.
Consistency is key.
Even small changes can make a big difference.
Over time.
So start where you are
With what you have.
and trust the process
Ron's work shows us that we all have potential.
to create extraordinary lives.
So keep learning, keep growing.
Keep striving to be your best self.
Until next time, happy diving. We've been talking about, all this action and shaping our destiny.
Yeah, taking control.
But Ron also mentions slowing down.
Really?
Yeah, like savoring the journey.
That seems almost like a contradiction.
I know, right? But it's about balance, I think.
Balance between striving for goals
And actually enjoying the present moment.
he wouldn't want us to just get caught up in achievement, would he?
No, not at the expense of actually living.
It's like climbing a mountain
Yeah,
and forgetting to look at the view.
that's a good way to put it.
And this idea connects back to lifestyle, doesn't it?
It does. How we live shows our values, remember?
Right. So how does that fit in with slowing down?
Well, if we're always rushing, stressed, ignoring the things that bring us joy.
That's a sign our priorities are messed up.
Exactly. Our actions don't match what we say we value.
So it's not just about achieving success
It's about a life that feels meaningful.
with real connections.
Exactly.
And we don't have to wait to create that, do we?
No, we can start right now.
By making conscious choices,
About how we spend our time, our energy,
nurturing relationships,
appreciating the little things,
creating a life that feels right,
aligned with what truly matters.
and recognizing we have the power to do that.
That's key.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive into Jim Rohn,
His 5 pieces to the life puzzle.
what resonated with you most today?
I'm curious, what about you?
Was it that idea of setting your sail?
With a strong philosophy.
Or maybe the power of being present?
Or stepping out of your comfort zone.
That's challenged to really take action.
Or maybe it was that reminder about lifestyle.
How we live, not just what we achieve.
Whatever it was, let's take that insight.
Turn it into action.
Exactly. What's one small step you can take this week?
To bring these principles into your life,
Maybe take some time to reflect on your beliefs.
set a small goal.
Or just make a conscious effort to savor one experience.
Really be present in that moment.
Remember, even small changes, consistently applied,
Can have a huge impact
start where you are.
with what you have.
Trust the process.
Ron's work shows us we all have the potential.
To create amazing lives.
So keep learning, keep growing.
And keep striving to be your best self.
Until next time, happy diving.